Finding any snow in the metro to leave some tracks in? Probably no luck, right?
Yeah, nope. But still snow on the ground for northern mountain communities. That will continue to be on the ground because of still cold enough air that there won't be too much snow melt, especially in the high elevations of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Right now, approaching 5:45 on this Monday morning, and we're still dry. 38 days of dry weather at the Albuquerque Sunport. Our last measurable precipitation day, well, that was in early to mid-November where we had some snow. So generally a much drier weather across much of our viewing area. Mostly clear skies right now because of the waning gibbous moon still above the horizon. We're dealing with the light, and we can see the Sandias as well as, of course, downtown Albuquerque on this crisp, pretty chilly and dry Monday morning. We're sitting at 30 at the Sunport, but the past few observations showcasing that we're starting to dip to the upper 20s. So bundle up out there. I think we'll drop to right around 27. An easterly wind at 6 miles per hour. 43% relative humidity. And across the metro, cold weather, especially Moriarty, now 13 degrees. We're sitting at 18 in Los Lunas. We're sitting at 28 in the Northeastern Heights, 26 Bernalillo, 28 Rio Rancho, again 30 at the Sunport. One of the warmer spots, Sandia Park, 31 degrees. A slight temperature inversion, a couple thousand feet above the Albuquerque Metro and the Rio Grande Valley. Above that, slightly warmer, but colder on the other side of the Sandias. And also in the South Valley, colder air is more dense. That's why it is pretty cold once again. Alamosa, 6 degrees. A few areas near 0 degrees. 7 degrees in Gallup, 19 in Farmington, 11 in Taos, 25 Santa Fe, 29 in Clayton, 31 Tucumcari below freezing, but 37 above freezing in Clovis, 42 in Carlsbad. Meanwhile, one of the warmer spots, Las Cruces, 55, very mild, but 30 in Silver City. So colder and drier in northwestern areas. Slightly warmer, slightly more humid in southern and eastern areas, but very dry air aloft. No clouds across our viewing area, but clouds are starting to approach the Four Corners. That will swing on to the southeast across New Mexico this afternoon, but very dry air beneath the clouds. No precipitation today, and slightly lower high temperatures because of a slight fluctuating wind direction. More on that just a bit. In the mid to upper 50s in Albuquerque today, slightly cooler compared to yesterday. 60 at the Sunport, 50s still in Santa Fe. 40s reigning supreme and near the low 50s in northern areas, but from places like Socorro to the south, reaching the high 50s and 60s and even near the low 70s in parts of Hidalgo County. So a pretty mild day despite the slight cool down. Temperatures still above normal. In the Pecos River Valley into the Permian Basin, mostly in the 60s. Mostly light winds this morning. Start to switch more from the north in Tucumcari and places like Clovis and Hobbs. On the backside, the tail end of yesterday's warmer and windier pattern are the northeasterly winds. A weak backdoor front. Winds may gust around 20, close to 25 miles per hour in Clayton, the Raton Pass, as well as in the Permian Basin and the Pecos River Valley. But elsewhere, especially on the other side of the Sandias, mostly light winds, except for the TRC and Silver City. Winds may gust close to 10 to 20 miles per hour. Warmer and windier weather returning tomorrow. West-southwesterly winds picking up and over and down from the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to the eastern slopes. Las Vegas and these yellow-colored shading areas, winds may gust up to 30 miles per hour, even as far east as Tucumcari in the East Plains. Dry weather will be the constant ahead despite the slight fluctuating temperatures and winds. A weak trough responsible for the warm and windier weather pattern tomorrow to be brief, with a backdoor front moving on the tail end of that trough. Later tomorrow night into Wednesday with noticeably cooler weather, especially in the northeastern and southern eastern areas in the 40s and 50s for high temperatures on Wednesday. Albuquerque slightly cooler compared to tomorrow. To the south and west, 50s and 60s. Still stuck in the 40s and low 50s. The Four Corners just as cool, just as warm as compared to really the day before and for today. So temperatures not fluctuating too much in Durango, but warmer come Thursday, Friday into the weekend. Still cold mornings in places like Alamosa. Single-digit temperatures for mornings still ahead, even some areas close to being below 0. So still bundle up, especially in the Four Corners and northern areas. Farmington, Grants, and Cuba, highs mostly in the high 40s and 50s ahead, even near the low 60s in Camado. In Las Cruces, Alamogordo, and Lordsburg, very mild. Again, the 50s right now in Las Cruces, warming up in the upper 60s near 70, especially there near Lordsburg. And places like Cloudcroft, even reaching potentially 50. Ruidoso, Clovis, and Carlsbad in the mid to upper 50s and 60s. A little bit cooler today, warmer and windier tomorrow, and slightly cooler on Wednesday, especially though more colder in northern and eastern areas compared to tomorrow. Raton reaching the 50s for today, and Tucumcari, it'll be a bit breezy from time to time ahead. Red River, Española, Santa Fe, a beautiful day, passing clouds in the 40s and 50s. From Moriarty, Estancia, and Tijeras to from the north to south valley of Albuquerque, reaching the mid to upper 50s near 60. More areas than not around Albuquerque, especially in the South Valley, reaching near or above 60 tomorrow. Noticeably cooler on Wednesday, then warming up late this week into the weekend. What will be the constant? Two things: dry weather and cold overnight low temperatures and morning temperatures.
Yeah, even if we're not going to get the white Christmas, just happy that our friends and neighbors to the north in the higher elevations going to see a little something.
Yeah, I went skiing in Pajarito despite the dry weather and the relatively mild weather. Still cold enough air for there to be plenty of snow on the ground, so something to look forward to still ahead.
Winter will still be upon us.
Indeed.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.